So some groups have done it. So what we'll do is, this coming Thursday, you're having flight testing lab, right? As per the schedule, Thursdays are
UAV lab.
Yes, sir. UAV lab.
UAV lab. Yeah, it's called UAV lab. Okay. Instead of Friday, instead of having flight dynamics class in the afternoon, we'll have a review of your avionics lab. Okay, coming Friday, 2 o'clock.
Okay, sir.
And I expect, okay, if you're finding this to be difficult, you can leave these two. At least this first and second, you'll have to show it to us. And periodically, we are entering some marks also. Okay, depending. Is it okay, Anathikrishan? Can you tell your class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Friday, instead of having flight dynamics class, we'll have avionics class, and in that, each group leader will have to present uh, the progress. Okay, whether you are able to complete at least these two, the first one and the second one. Okay, because I think as per the schedule, we are supposed to complete it by July.
That is.
But 31st, but we can always take an extension of another 15 days, but not more than that. Okay. So Friday, whatever is the progress, depending on that, you will be graded. Okay, you will be given some marks, individual groups.
Okay.
Please pass it on, pass on the information.
Sure.
43%. Okay, fine. Morning, everyone. We'll continue with the review of system of access. It's something. In fact, it's the same thing what you have seen in your flight mechanics class. Okay. Only thing is the nomenclature is slightly difficult. What I found was to understand this body axis and all this transformation between axes. This Andy Mote's book is definitely much better, okay, compared to other even M.E. Cook. So I suggest that you go through this book. It will give you a good practical feel of how it is used in aviation. Though the PDF is not available in LibGen, I think one of your seniors painstakingly uh, did that job of converting screenshots into a book. That's what was circulated to the previous batch, and hopefully you are also having this book by now. Okay. So just it's like a novel. I think hardly takes more than 4 or 5 hours to go through the book. So aircraft body axis uses AB as the abbreviation for it. So as we discussed earlier, the body axis is something which is fixed to the aircraft. Okay, it moves along with the aircraft. But what is actually required in the field is how the aircraft is moving with respect to some earth axis. And that's all. What is mentioned as Earth axis in M.V. Cook is actually nothing but, in the industry, it's called as NED axis, north, east, and down. So you look at the figure carefully. This phi is nothing but the longitude of the aircraft. Okay, this is the equator, and from equator, how many degrees? Sorry, the latitude. My mistake. Latitude of the aircraft. And lambda is nothing but, we just extend this. This angle is nothing but the longitude. Okay, how many degrees east or west of the prime meridian? Prime meridian is taken as 0, and from that, how many hours it is, whether east or west. So NED axis is what is actually used in your in all UAV navigation and all inertial navigation systems. So instead of the aircraft moving on the ground, we can always, it's going to fly at some altitude h, and so the axis, though the z axis is still pointing towards the center of the earth, now you can have these two things rotating the way it can be rotated any way you want, depending on the orientation of the aircraft. But the reference axis remains same, north and east. With respect to that, the aircraft is going to be rotated on all three axes. So the simplest definition of Euler angles is nothing but the orientation of the aircraft frame relative to the NED frame. That's all. It's as simple as that. So nothing complicated about this Euler angles. And colloquially, we call it as roll, pitch, and yaw. But everything is with respect to the NED axis. So if you are talking about roll, about the x NED, it is going to roll like this, and pitch up is going to be like this, and yaw is looking downwards, it's going to be clockwise direction. And why do we use this Euler angles? Is the practical use of this thing is, you have velocities in the body frame. This is velocity components with respect to the body frame or body axis. Now, but what you require actually in navigation is with respect to the NED axis. So, I'm converting one velocity component, which is components which are in the body frame, to the NED axis system. So, and that is possible if I know all these Euler angles. Okay. And that is nothing but your theta, phi, and psi. In this order, phi, theta, and psi. So if you know these Euler angles and if you know these velocities, definitely you can convert it to velocities which are useful practically. So because now you know with respect to north what is the velocity component, with respect to east how much it is, and with respect to the center of the earth what is the velocity. So using this information now you can navigate the aircraft. Similar to translational velocities, you have the angular rotational velocities. Again, you have the body rotational velocities with respect to the body axis, that is PQR, and that you want to convert it to the Euler rates or with respect to the NED axis. So if you know this PQR, you can always get this NED axis, rates about the NED axis. And why it is useful is all the gyros are mounted on the aircraft body. It's not mounted with respect to the NED axis. So all rates, rotational rates are coming out from the gyros and they are mounted on the aircraft body axis. And then but to get some useful information, you convert it using the Euler angles. Okay, again, it's going to be a very short lecture. Again, I think they're again calling me now. Okay, some issues there. Okay, maybe another 10-15 minutes at the most. Okay, again, I'm going back to MV Cook. This is from MV Cook. Suppose I know velocity result. I have the velocity resultant velocity vector v naught, and I want to convert it into the components uh, about the body axis. How do I do it? So I can use the same uh, Euler angle concepts to get the conversion. So there's a small mistake in the MV Cook. He has not mentioned the angles properly. Okay. So I just thought I'll just give some uh, name these angles. So if you first thing is the incidence angle. It is angle BOC. Okay, B is here and O. I hope you can see the three-dimensional. Priya, can you see that BOC angle? That is alpha E. This plane, okay, it's on the XZ plane. Now, if you look at the side slip angle, it is nothing but AOB. Now the requirement is you know this velocity vector v naught and you know the side slip angle and you know the angle of incidence. Then how do you find, if you know this information, how do you find out the velocity components about the body axis? That's the application for this. Now, if you look at the, let's say, this nomenclature is coming from Cook. Okay, let's assume that this is the body axis, and V naught, you take it as OX subscript X naught, Y naught, Z naught. Now, you can make this substitution. We'll assume that X naught, OX naught corresponds to V naught. Then there is nothing for OY naught and OZ naught. And the corresponding body axis becomes UE, VE, and WE. And for the angles, it is phi, theta, and psi. Aircraft will assume that it's not rolling, so this becomes 0. Theta pitch attitude is alpha E. Now psi is minus beta E. That's because from your uh, introduction to aero, you know that it's opposite of each other. Okay, let me draw it like this. Be easier for you. Let's say this is the velocity vector pointing towards north, and aircraft is in this direction. This angle is minus beta because beta we have defined that looking from the cockpit, if the airflow is coming from the right of the relative to the pilot, that becomes positive beta. Psi is always with respect to north, so beta is becomes minus psi. Fundamental relation. So instead of psi, you have minus beta. So all you have to do is now substitute it in the DCM. Okay. So here you have V naught. This is known. And you do this substitution, you get this components about the body axis. UE, VE, and W. This is the body axis. That's what I've shown as three different colors. Red is the resultant V naught, which is known. And using this information, alpha and beta, we are able to resolve it into body axis components. Even without this DCM also, you can see that this velocity vector, you project it onto the, sorry, you project it onto this XZ plane, and then this is a right angle, so you can always get UE. Okay, so it's not that difficult. So UE is nothing but V naught times this term. So similarly, you can do for other things also, but in general, because we are having this directional cosine matrix, we can use it. Another useful application is to find rate of change of altitude. Rate of change of altitude is nothing but the velocity vector in the uh, z direction. Okay. So if you know WE, definitely you can find out the change in altitude. And if this body rate, body axis velocities components are known and Euler angles are known, then you can convert this to using this transformation. Only thing is the rate of change of altitude is having a negative sign because our convention says that z-axis going down is positive. Okay, so this is positive, whereas conventionally we know that altitude is above ground level. When it's going up, it is positive. So that's the reason we have a negative sign. So you can just, if you know WE, all you have to do is just multiply uh, with -1 and then you get the h dot. So this is how this few examples what M.V. Cook has given about the applications of Euler angles. Okay, so if you know this h dot, all you have to do is take this and do this multiplication, and then you will get h dot is equal to all these terms. So in which u is known, theta is known, v is known, roll angle is known, so w is known. If you know these three components plus theta and phi, you can find out what is h dot, rate at which the aircraft is climbing or descending. Uh, so these are the few applications which is given for this Euler angles. Similarly, like what is given in this Andy modes, M.V. Cook also talks about how to convert body rates to attitude rates. Okay. So if you are interested in getting the attitude rates, and all you require is the angles, and then you can convert one to another. So that ends the review of axis system. One small problem, people can try it out now. So aircraft, some few clues are given: steady level, coordinated turn, speed is given 250 meter per second, bank angle is 60 degrees. So you will have to find out psi dot, then yaw rate R and pitch rate Q. So these three things you will have to find out. So Priya, how will you approach this problem? Priya, can you hear me? Another question, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Just tell me how you will approach this problem. I'm not asking for numbers, just tell me how will you do it. First of all, are you understanding the problem, what it is? Just read it once and then try to tell me what is required.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, the aircraft is
Yeah.
turning without losing any altitude.
Yeah. Good.
And coordinated turn, I actually forgot that definition, sir. I think it's
nothing
without
but
sides.
it's neither side slipping or skidding. It can't
Yes,
go
sir.
in this direction or this direction.
Mm.
If you are banking at a correct angle, for that given velocity. It's that same your class 12th problem, no? On a highway, the highway is inclined at a particular angle, so
Yes,
that you
sir.
don't move sideways. The passengers don't feel the same thing. The aircraft is looking from top. Let's assume that it's going one circle. So its aircraft is going around in a circle whose radius is r. If I know how much time it takes, now you tell me how will you approach this problem. Okay, this is the plan view, looking from top, how the aircraft moves in a circle. So the aircraft is neither moving out of the circle or coming into the circle. Okay. It's following a perfect circle. That's what it means. Anyone else from the class?
Sir, we have to resolve this lift into components and then equate with
That's it.
MR and MG.
I think it's a problem given in Anderson, okay, something similar. So you have to resolve this lift, assume some small angles if you want, okay. I think first of all you should know what is R, radius of turn. You are given this phi, how will you get R is the question. And then if you know R, 2 pi R is the distance it's going to travel. So how much time it's going to take, in how much time it's going to cover this 2 pi R is going to give you psi dot. One is Q, directly you can say because it's a steady level flight, it's not neither pitching up or pitching down. Okay, so Q is nothing but theta dot, and theta dot is 0. It's not moving up or down. Okay, so that directly comes from the problem. So what is required is R. So you have to use the direction cosine matrix and then try to find out what is R. So that's how you'll have to do it. So it's a worked out example in the book. So I suggest you people can have a look at it. Okay. What's this class strength, Sanjay?
57, sir.
57 for year absently. Okay. So that ends the review of access system. As I told earlier, we are lagging behind in avionics lab. So this coming Friday, group leaders will be giving a presentation on the progress. And I have told Ananthakrishnan what has to be completed before Friday.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So depending on how much your progress, marks will be given for that particular stage.
Okay.
So that's it. And next week, again, one short introductory review on static stability. Just taking out from your flight mechanics book only. And after that, I'll start with the equations of motion.
Okay.
And I think till August 15, there will be a lot of disruptions because of this NAC visit. Quite a lot of meetings here and there. So you'll have to bear with us. After that, hopefully things will settle down. Okay. Anything you want to ask me? I think I got another 5 minutes. Okay. If there are no questions, I'll end up today and suggest that go through your ME Cook parallelly as and when I keep taking these classes. Okay. Thanks,
Sir,
Sanjay. And
just a doubt, sir.
yeah.
Sir, we just need to demonstrate the theta and h graph for our aircraft, no, sir.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
For first is for Skyhawk,
Yes, sir. And then for our aircraft.
and then for your aircraft using the transfer function approach.
Sure, sir.
Okay, so these two things.
Okay.
And no more extension Friday.
Yes,
After.
sure.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.